Hello, welcome back to this channel. This is Elite GEOSPATIAL. The last time we looked at how to do block adjustment in reality mapping. Now, to proceed further, before we start having products or before we start getting deliverable products from our processing, there is need for us to enhance the accuracy of this image we're been working on. All right, so we're going to be using the ground control tab, but before we go on, what is GCP, which is a ground control point? They are basically critical for aligning imagery to real world coordinates, especially when they're used when used correctly. They can significantly improve the accuracy of your orthomosaic and also your 3D models. Now, managing ground control points correctly is one of the most important steps in reality mapping. So when you master this, you have a far more reliable and accurate output. So before we go into this process, I just want to have some question and answer here so that it will help us not to have confusing factors. So I said, if I have drone images which I have processed and I do not have ground control point, does that mean the work is flop and there's no accuracy? Well, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but basically, I just wanted to have that question so that we can have a bit of understanding. So, when you don't have a GCP, maybe when you fly the drone and there were no GCPs, it does not necessarily mean the accuracy is not there. It's just that the accuracy is just limited, and it means we can say it's not really reliable. So what without a GCP means is the ArcGIS Pro will now basically rely on the GPS data from the drone, which is usually called the EXIF. If you bring it in, when you bring your images in, you will see a place that has this EXIF, so that it will rely on those GPS coordinates that are there. Then it will also rely on the tie points between the images. Okay, these are basically just called relative adjustment. All right, so what works well basically without GCPs, the model looks like the model looks visually correct, feature aligned relative to each other, it has good visualization. But now, what is really missing? The true alignment to the real world is missing as the coordinates. And then high positional accuracy, the X, Y, Z, the survey grade level result are missing. So in reality, basically, your map may be shifted, rotated, or slightly wrapped, even if it looks fine. Okay. So when you add GCP, what does this do? GCP changes the whole thing from relative to now absolute accuracy. I hope we are understanding. Just want us to have that basic understanding before we go ahead and add in or not add. So during the process, what happened technically? Where you add GCP and you run the block adjustment, type points connect images to each other. GCP acts as fixed anchor with known coordinates. So the software will now adjust the camera position, the orientation angles, and both the scale and the geometry. And then this minimizes errors between image drives position and real world coordinates. So this is done using the least square adjustment to minimize the error, right? So error minimization. So this is basically, I hope I'm able to answer the question that I asked myself. Okay, so now basically let's get into the order of the day, which is we're going to be adding um, GCPs, the ground control point. So to do that, you go to reality mapping and you click on it. Then it will open up all of these tabs. So you're going to see manage GCPs. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to come down to this very last one here to import GCPs. We have manage GCPs, we have compute GCPs, and then we have the import. So I'm going to click on the import GCPs. So it's going to pop up this and then it's asking for the GCP file. So I'm going to click on this folder symbol and then navigate to the GCP folder. So I have GCPs here. So I'm going to click on it. So they're asking for the spatial reference of the GCPs. You know, Kaduna is zone 32, either mean as zone 32 or we go with the WGS coordinate of the projected. So I'm just going to go with this and I'm going to click OK. So the X field is E, the Y field is N, and the Z field is H. Okay. So with that, I'm just going to click on OK. So they have displayed, yeah, the 4 points, the 5 points, but not necessarily we will use all of these GCPs. All right. So I'm just going to go back here and click on this. And I'm just going to click on open to manage, yeah, just to manage the GCPs. So we have the 5 GCPs. So if I click on here, you will see each of the GCPs. I click being identified, you see. So what we need to do is to be able to just link them together. Okay, so I am on this GCP. Now it's possible you did not make markings on the ground. Okay, like I didn't do markings. I just looked. I put something there, but well, we're going to see what I did. Right. So if you zoom here, you also see the image itself. So where we put markings, where I picked this coordinate, I just did a counting from here. Okay, I just counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just did a counting this. Alright. So and then I put this marking here. So if you come here on this, you will see the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the same thing as what is there. So what I need to do is to just pick out the point and so I'm just going to now I can go by adding them, or now look at, you see the way this GCP is. Let's click here and see. You see, without me adding anything, this GCP is already showing here. So if I like, I will do that by picking a point and add it. So I'm going to go to the next point so that you understand what I am saying. Okay. So where's the next point? Okay. This is the next point. Let it come up first. So now that we are seeing the GCP, like I said, so we just click on this one to add, whether it's manual or semi, any other one. So we're just going to add each of the, I'm just clicking on this. Okay, I'm just clicking on it. Yeah. Okay, now I'll go to the next one. Now with this show button to help us to understand and know where exactly this one is. So you see, I'm just going to click on it, making it easy. Okay, so if you do not click on this, you have to be the one searching for it. So go to the next, which is the third one, and with this range, so it makes it easier and faster. So I'm just going to click on this. Okay, then I'm going to the fifth one, and with this show GCP, you will see it easier. So this is the ground control point for number 4, and then I'll go to the last one, which is this one here, and then it will show me. So if I uncheck this, I won't see it. I'm just going to see a blank space. So if I click on this, I'm going to see it. So I'm just going to click on it, and that I've added the 5 ground control points, and you can see that all of them are showing that if you look up here, if you come up here, sorry, these are measured and these are pending. So all of them are no longer red, rather they are all measured. Okay, so once we have that done, we've added all of this together. The next thing we will do is to click on adjust. So once we click on adjust, it will take us, we've done block adjustment before. Now that block adjustment we did in the previous video was just the first one. Now we needed to add ground control points to make it better and to improve the accuracy more, all right, with the ground control point. So I've added all the 5 control points, minimum of 4 anyway, so everything is still the same way. So this will take quite number of sometimes, and then it will be done. So I'm just going to click on run. So once this finish running, it will give us a better, let's say, optimized, or let's say more accurate, more reliable data, more available, reliable image that we can use to produce products. So if you look at this, it took over, each of them has a seconds to which it's completed the task. So well, basically, it's completed. I can't really say exactly how many seconds or how many minutes or how many hours it took. So we have, if you check here under the solution, we have the solution data on how it's moved this. You can see the data on the movement of the corrections or whatever that is. And then we have the residual errors and all of that. So you can see the residual error, we have 0.000 of this to this and all of that. So this, we've had this done, and then I think that's it for managing GCP. So we'll be able to use the GCPs that we have to improve the accuracy of our data. So next we're going to look at how to produce products, and then from there we'll move on. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.